just started automatically recording. Sitting here thinking to myself, should I make a video? Shouldn't I? Don't know. And the phone literally just went, yeah, you are. Beep. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay, I'll crack on. Talk about feminism, amongst other things. I guess a lot of people saw the Piers Morgan, Nick Fuentes video. Fucking hysterical. I've been waiting for fucking years for someone to be accused of racism and to just say, yeah. As soon as you take that away from them and don't try and backtrack and don't try and justify your stance, it removes all content from the accusation. People who throw the word racism around have never bothered to look at the etymology of the word. The etymology of the word is that it was originally, it was basically invented by Leon Trotsky in the 1920s, and it was used to shut down political opposition. Anyone who's espousing facts as opposed to hearsay and whatnot, and you can't argue against the facts, you just shout racism. It shuts the argument down because it's inferred that the accuser is trying to be anti-racist, and the assumption is that anti-racism means that I want better for this poor, subjugated people that you're oppressing. No, it's never ever been used for that. Racism has always been a political word. It's a political shutdown. Type her in. Oxford Dictionary, etymology, racism. I'll tell you straight away. So, yeah, I'm really happy with the Nick Fuentes video. I've been waiting for so long for someone to say that, just to take all the fucking power from the accusation, take all the power from the accusations of Holocaust denial and all that shit. Not that anyone wants to deny it. I don't fucking care that much. Deny it, don't deny it. You know what? I'm fucking sick of hearing about it. I'm fucking sick of hearing about it. Fucking Auschwitz, 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 Auschwitz. Holocaust, Holocaust, Holocaust. If you love your nation, if you love your people, ends in gas chambers. No fucking don't. Well, fuck you anyway. It's fucking, I am so sick to the back. Fucking Charlie Kirk was shot. The first thing fucking Netanyahu, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli president, prime minister, whatever the fuck he is, he went on TV almost immediately and said Israel had nothing to do with this. And when people were like, that's a bit suspicious, which is a fair fucking cop, he went back on TV, and the first thing he said was, in 1940, Minister Goebbels. The fuck has fucking Goebbels got to do with Charlie Kirk, you cunt? Fucking someone explain that cunt to me. How do you equate Joseph Goebbels in 1940 to the assassination of Charlie Kirk? How the fuck do you make that leap? Fucking ridiculous. Good on Nick Fuentes. I don't particularly like a lot of the stuff he says. I don't like his stance on women very much. But, I mean, the other stuff, yeah. Alright, no matter what I do, I'm going to be accused of racism, because racism is almost a term for common sense these days. You know? And fucking that cunt, Piers Morgan. Oh, I can get a curry now. Fucking great. Go buy that cunt's book and buy a curry at the same time, you prick. Just turns around and, oh, we'll vote them out. Yeah, well, alright. Ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Good on Nick Fuentes. And I hope this is the turning point for a lot, because I've been doing this for years. People will say, oh, that's racist, or you're racist. I go, thanks for noticing. Cheers. Thanks. Now what are you going to do? I'll grant you, the elephant in the room for me for years has been, people will say, oh, I think this might be racist, or that might be racist. The elephant in the room is, it's not if it is or if it isn't, is that a bad thing? And I'll grant you, racism isn't a nice thing, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the wrong thing. If something, I'll give you a scenario where racism is good, right? Black girl, walking through London, loads of skinheads, 1980s or something, I don't know. She's walking home from work late at night, goes to cut down her usual shortcut down an alley. There's a load of skinheads down there, a load of fucking, you know, tattooed swastikas, all that shit. They're down this alley. She looks at that and she thinks, shall I walk down that dark alley with all the skinheads with the Nazi tattoos, or shall I go the long way home? I think I'll go the long way home. That's a racist decision. Is it the right decision? Fucking probably. Make a case that I'm wrong. Tell me that I'm wrong. Anyone. Fucking, you know. It's ridiculous. Good for Nick Fuentes. Fucking good for Nick Fuentes. Like I said, I don't like his thoughts on women. But that said, I do think the feminism thing is wrong. I think it's inherently wrong. And I shall explain why I think it's inherently wrong. My favourite comedian, active comedian, is a chap called Steve Hughes. And I really like him because he's insightful and he's very deep and all these other things, as well as funny as fuck. Fucking hysterical. His take on being offended 10 years ago, 15 years ago, long before a lot of these guys. He was fucking spot on. Be offended, he said. Just be offended. Nothing happens. It's not like you go to a comedy show and the comedian makes a joke about the Lord and then the next day you've got leprosy. You know, it doesn't happen. Be offended. Am I doing something offensive right now? Have I said anything offensive? Yes, cool, be offended. Write to your fucking MP. No one cares anymore. We're fucking done. We are done with the fucking Piers Morgan generation. Anyway, I don't like Nick's stance on women shouldn't have the vote and all that stuff, but this is the way I see it, right? So Steve Hughes came out and he said he agrees totally with Milo Yiannopoulos when Milo Yiannopoulos walked out on stage and said feminism is cancer. He agrees with it in a literal sense because cancer kills the host, right? So, think about this. You have Western civilization as this great big bubble. I don't know what prop. But you've got Western civilization as a great big bubble. It's been this bastion of free speech and rights and human endeavours for the last God knows how long. Since, let's say, Magna Carta, let's say about the year 1000 AD, Habeas Corpus, Magna Carta, you know. And out of the West has been born very many rights and liberties and etc., such as the end of slavery. That's a Western thing. Again, Habeas Corpus, Magna Carta, the right to the right not to be falsely imprisoned, the right to a fair trial, you know, whatever. Because the West then enabled the first stage feminism, which for the by and large I agree with, you know, wherever. It then ended in more rights, more liberties, more freedoms, and you end up with second and third stage feminism. Now, second and third stage feminism is the mechanism by which women are now chasing careers more than they are family life, and that's fair enough. I'm not like Andrew Tate. This is what pisses me off of Andrew Tate. He's like a broken clock. He's right twice a day, but he doesn't know why he's right, and that's not helpful. Because someone like him and an Andrew Tate fan will then turn to their wife, their partner, a woman, and say, you should be in the home. And they don't really know why. They just think that I'm better because I'm a man. And then that just pushes people to do more of the opposite. But if this prick thinks I should be a cooker in a kitchen all day, then fuck you, I'm going to go chase my career. Which I can't really, you know, argue against. So I'll make the case in a different sense. So second and third stage feminism are born out of the West and end in dire of rights and liberties, which, as Peterson said, feels unerringly wrong, which is correct. You know, pick up your responsibility, pick up the heaviest thing you can carry and all that stuff. So they've pushed women into the workplace. Now women are all having careers and stuff, and the birth rate drops. The birth rate drops because women are picking careers over a family life, which I don't think is right in their own hearts. Like, I won't eat seafood, I won't eat anything that lives in water, but I'm pretty sure if you locked me in a room for a week with non-stop propaganda saying you should eat seafood, I'll probably leave that room thinking I should eat seafood. It's not my real position, it's it's propaganda, it's brainwashing. I don't think there's any woman out there that really doesn't want kids. I think they're just with the wrong person, or they've been brainwashed, and I believe that. The same way like blokes being brainwashed not to have kids. In any case, so they've gone to the career path, so now in the career path. So the birth rate for white Europeans drops. Yeah? So then the government uses that as an excuse to bring in the hordes from the third world. If you import the third world, you become the third world. You don't become better, You don't improve anything by bringing in something worse. So the West dies. And the West dies, feminism dies. And women's rights dies. I spent time in the Middle East. You ain't got no rights out there. Feminists keep on arguing. I mean, this is, old hat. If you carry on arguing for... If the libertarian, the far left women keep on arguing for the things they're arguing for, you're going to import the bloody third world and you're going to lose those rights. And that's what Milo Yiannopoulos meant, quite literally. It's cancer. You're killing the host. Your rights will end because of your actions. So there's some food for thought for you. And I'm not saying don't have a career, I'm not, but just think about that. Don't listen to the tape fans. Think about your children. Think about your grandchildren. Think about your civilization. If you're not going to have children, cool. But think about the world you're leaving for the next generation of young women. Grooming gangs. No women's rights. Wear a hijab. Can't see your face. No rights at all. Fuck you. You can't vote. That is the world you're building. You're killing the West. Hitler was right when he said women were the gatekeepers to our civilization. He was right. And you're kind of leaving the gate wide open and fucking killing us all. And you might, there's extreme lefties out there, they'll say good. But they're not thinking ahead. What do you think will come next? Because it won't be fucking feminism. Yeah. Anyway. Good luck with that. Just good luck with that. There's something else I was going to ramble on about, but I don't know what it was. I can't remember. Fuentes, Piers, feminism. Oh yeah. The other side I'll say to this is like, so my old employer, the Ministry of Defence, if you Google their sort of diversity drives and initiatives, it'll tell you like years that they've implemented stuff. Like when the 2030 thing was implemented, 30% engineers in all engineering industries by 2030 and stuff. It's like 2014. More women in the workplace, women in the workplace, women in the workplace. Diversity, diversity, diversity. Well, in the 1970s and the 1980s, we were turning out a active submarine within 4 years. From keel laid to commissioned, in 4 fucking years we'd turn out a submarine. That's back when the entire workforce was, basically male, white, more or less, especially stuff like engineering. Now, the astute class, I don't think they've managed to put an astute class into service in less than 10, 11 years from build to fucking thing. That's with all your technological advancements, that's with all, etc., etc. And people say, oh yeah, well, astute's much more complex. It's not really. It ain't. It ain't really much more complex. And they say, oh, it's because there was a big lull in building. Maybe. It wasn't that much of a lull in building. The last Vanguard was out in like fucking late 1990s. They started building astute in the mid 2000s. No earlier than that. There wasn't that much of a lull. So where's the difference? Why have we gone from being able to turn out a hunter-killer submarine in 4 years to now 14 years? What's changed in the industry? I think I've already highlighted it. Diverse workforce. Yeah, food for thought.